A growing number of members of the right wing are publicly displaying the fact that they're itching for a civil war. In fact, Jordan Ewell from Media Matters put a compilation video together that gives you a sense of how common this talking point is and how transparent right wingers are about it. Take a look.
I now have two choices. One is to leave the country utterly. Two is to pick up a gun. Those are the only choices that you have left me.
But we are at a breaking point in terms of an emotional civil war with violence that will spill into our streets. It's happening now. Our leaders must take responsibility for this.
Socialism cannot take root if the American people are armed.
I think you underestimate the passion and the protectiveness of suburban Christian moms. This will start a war in this country.
Beto O'Rourke does not get to raise my child. And if he tries, I will meet him at the door with a gun.
It's not a hoax. It's not a witch hunt. It's not a tantrum. This is serious business. This is the stuff of which perpetual wars have begun.
If you mess with our private institutions that we have worked very hard to protect and to protect the religious liberty of, you will start a war.
Civil war kind of stuff is very scary when you think about the way that the division continues to happen in this country because of the mantra of the left and fake news.
I find it hilarious when division is blamed on the left. I remember someone in my personal life specifically telling me that no other president divided the country more than Obama did. And that same person doesn't make similar comments about Donald Trump. It blows my mind. But no, this isn't a joke. I mean, think about this for a second. Kathy Griffin posts a photo of herself holding what appears to be Donald Trump's decapitated head. And that widespread condemnation from everyone, right? We condemned it on the show. You have her former good friend, Anderson Cooper, condemning her, kicking her off of the New Year's Eve stuff that they do together. But when it comes to the right wing, oh yeah, this is just business as usual. Yeah, they're calling for a civil war. We're gonna meet you at the door with a gun. Is this okay?
And if specifically, I forget his name, Starnes from Fox. Glad I pulled that out last second. Because I was trying to remember the entire time, because he's since been, I think, let go for a guest saying something insane. I want to look that back up again. But even in that little quick compilation from Jordan, he said socialism can't take root as long as you have your guns. So again, so you're saying have your guns for those socialists. Then you start labeling particular people socialists. Large swaths of people, anybody who supports these maybe people running for office or already in office, socialists. So that because they don't come with the connection of, hey, pull out your guns and shoot what you perceive to be a socialist. Instead, they go, the socialists are coming, have your guns. There's the socialist. Now that connection doesn't get made.
Are they gonna invade Social Security offices or,
fire department? Like
a fire department and all the other socialist programs that we have in this country? It's incredible. But look, and try to ignore the fact that Trish Reagan from Fox sounds so comical in her delivery and fear-mongering points. Okay,
just picture her practicing that in the mirror. There is fire over my shoulder and brimstone. Todd Starnes, who you just saw at the end of that, by the way, he got fired because of saying that Democrats worship the pagan god Moloch.
Okay, well, look.
I think that's a human sacrifice reference, but like that thing. Also, the projection of saying this is not a tantrum. Yes, it is a tantrum. I don't know what else to do other than say that Trump is throwing a tantrum. It feels like it's been repeated over and over again, so it completely lost its significance because it's just the same thing again and again. That's one aspect of it. The other is Ali Stuckey, whose name you pulled during it, knowing that she is watching that amazing montage going, I made it. I did make it.
Yeah.
I did it. Because if I am polemic enough, repeating things that I've heard other people like this who get that big a fake Patreon donation every month say, maybe, just maybe I can get into a Jordan Ewell montage.
Jeez. And look, there's a comical component, especially when you see like the overreaction to policies that they disagree with. But more importantly, this leads to unhinged people thinking, oh yeah, I got to stockpile these weapons and carry out real violence. They're being encouraged by people like Donald Trump, who fearmonger constantly about the others. The immigrants are coming in with the caravans. And you have a growing number of people getting arrested, luckily, because authorities are able to foil their plots to carry out acts of violence. One of the latest examples actually has to do with a neo-Nazi who was stockpiling weapons. Firearms belonging to the suspected leader of a neo-Nazi group who was thought to be preparing for a race war have been seized under a red flag law in Washington state. Authorities removed 5 rifles, 3 pistols, and other gun components from Caleb James Cole, who's 24 years old, under a state law that allows authorities to take guns from people deemed to be a risk to themselves or others for up to a year. Cole is a self-admitted member of the Atomwaffen Division, which the Southern Poverty Law Center says is a terroristic national socialist organization that believes in using violence for apocalyptic racial cleansing and is thought to be the leader of the Washington state chapter. And that's according to what the Seattle police said in the petition in order to, take those guns away.
And we're the crazy ones. We're the crazy unhinged liberals saying, I hope people get health care. And how it all starts, like that one Ben Shapiro thing you saw started with, I think it was Beto O'Rourke saying we might need to take tax exempt status away from certain churches, from certain.
No, it was in response. Oh, maybe it could have been to that.
But it's like a tax exemption status situation.
Yeah, you're right.
And then they go tax exempt something something. They're coming for your guns. Something something civil war, and that's what it is. And and that's what's so ironic about it, because they're fetishizing their guns. They're like violating commandments by worshiping this gun, and that's not the issue. If you look back to where everything starts and who's being polemic about what, all we're saying is I just want people to have health care. That's it. All I'm saying is, listen, that guy who said he wanted to start a race war and apocalyptic cleansing of the earth, we don't think that dude should have assault rifles stockpiled.
Yeah.
That's not crazy to say.
Look, yeah, you're absolutely right.
And just one thing, they're calling us this. They say that's a slippery slope. You guys are all the way on the end of it, talking about civil war.
And they're being transparent about it. It's like they're itching for the opportunity to use those guns.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, Jayar. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.